Okay. We can start off by asking, like, how did you get started at NC State?
Okay. So, I was in a similar role at Virginia Tech as the director of that program for about 5 years, and wanted to get to this area, this community for myself and my family. And NC State has a great program, huge tradition in what they do in this academic support area. So I wanted to be a part of that. So
You said Virginia Tech.
yeah.
Where do you like living better?
Definitely here. I mean, Virginia Tech is a nice community. It's in the mountains, and you get all the seasons and all those sorts of things. But it's way more to do here for myself, my family, and so it's lots of things going on, and good opportunity for myself and my wife as well.
What degree did you major with when you graduated?
So I also went to school at Virginia Tech, and my undergrad degree is in business, and my master's degree is in resource management.
Okay. What made you want to pursue that degree?
So I went to Virginia Tech as a student athlete. I played football there, and basically, when I went to undergrad, I wanted to make money, and I thought at the time business would be like the best route to go.
Okay.
So I kind of just randomly picked it there.
What was your like entry level job?
Actually, when I started off and after graduate school, I was a coordinator of life skills. So I did like the Champs Life Skills program through athletics. So they work with student athletes and doing like community service, career development, personal development. So I started there, and then I just kind of progressed through where I am now.
So what is your current job title?
So I'm the Associate Athletics Director for Academics / Director of the Academic Support Program for Student Athletes.
Okay. How long have you worked at NC State?
So I just completed my first year, March. So this month, March, my first year.
What does your job, like, what responsibilities do you?
So a lot of my responsibilities include just the oversight of this office. We have 16 full-time staff members. So I oversee the day-to-day operations of that, the day-to-day operations and management and oversight of the budget. I serve on several committees throughout campus in support of ASPA, and so those are kind of my general roles in terms of the oversight of this office.
Okay, so do you have like any assistants, like anyone below you?
Yeah, so I have what I call a leadership team. So I have 5 other kind of senior level staff members that work with me, and together we work through the process of planning, forecasting what we want to do in the future, budget, those types of things. Concerns and issues that come up, we typically work through those together, so I'll go to that group for ideas and planning and things of that nature when I need assistance in those areas.
So what do you do on a typical day?
On a typical day, so I guess like today, I'll just go through yesterday. So yesterday, typical, I'll probably have 2 or 3 meetings, whether they be with administration, athletic administration, or campus or committees, or student athletes or staff members. So I spend a lot of time kind of working through that process and troubleshooting concerns, troubleshooting planning and forecasting. Like, for example, our men's basketball program is going to Sweet 16. Well, they missed a lot of class, so what's our game plan for them? How do we work with them to make sure that they're still receiving the academic support services? So those types of things, and just administrative reports and things that I have to put together for different groups, the board of trustees, athletics, DASA. So it's just kind of a mixture of all those things throughout the day.
When you graduated, did you plan on having like this set job, or did you?
Well, because I was a student athlete, and then when I was in graduate school, I worked with football as a graduate assistant. So from that point, I knew that I wanted to work with student athletes. So my degrees really, I mean, it was like I really like working with student athletes. So, but from the life skills job that I started off in, I wanted to get more. So I thought, well, I'll go the academic route. And so I started pursuing jobs in academics. And then when I did that, I said, well, I want to be a director one day. So that's what what drove me to be in a position like this.
So how did you work up to having your director title?
So I left Virginia Tech and I went out to Cal State Fullerton and took an athletic academic coordinator position and life skills coordinator. And I was there for probably 3 years, and then I left there. I went to Ohio State as an assistant director. I was there for 5 years, and then from the assistant director position, I went back to Virginia Tech as director, and I was there for 5 years as director. And then this opportunity came open, and I just pursued this opportunity because I wanted a little bit more, and this position was a perfect position for me to give me a little bit more of what I wanted.
So what do you enjoy most about your job?
Working with students. It keeps you young, and it's exciting to work with students to help them with their academic pursuits and degrees and all those sorts of things. So it's a very exciting job. It's no day is the same. Like my day is different. You never know what you're gonna get. But at the end of the day, it's about supporting the student so that they can experience academic success in the classroom.
So what do you find most challenging that you have to face with?
Yeah, I think the most challenging is just, sometimes students are not successful in the classroom at times. Sometimes it could be challenging because of all of the traveling that student athletes do. Like again, the example that I gave with men's basketball. Over the last 3 weeks, they probably, the ACC tournament and then the NCAA tournament and now the NCAA tournament again, they're missing a significant amount of class time. So, that's challenging for them, and then we try to help them. So those are some of the things that may be challenging.
Do you plan on staying with this job for the rest of your career?
I think I'm happy with this job, and I want to be here for a while. Will I be in this specific role for the rest of my career? I don't know. I hope to pursue a PhD one day, and then maybe get more into sport administration, like a sports supervisor, or like a assistant provost or vice president or something like that through campus. So those are things that I've been thinking, but right now, that's like years down the road.
10 years.
That's
trying to
yeah.
get a PhD.
Yeah, like over the next, because if I do it now, I have to do it part-time, so it'd take forever to get it done. So,
what would you recommend to those people who are striving to work in the sports management field?
Well, I would. It depends on the area. So, as many different areas. If you're looking at this specific area, I would say pursuing some sort of graduate assistantship or internship within an office like this, or working in an office like this as a mentor, a tutor, those types of things that get involved so you can kind of see how it works and see how it flows. You can get familiarized yourself with working with student athletes. Like for example, we have a internship program that students or people can get involved with, and then generally after you're done with that experience, the doors open up and you get jobs in this specific field. So that's what my recommendation would be.
Okay. Last question. What do you wish you would have known about this field when you were starting out? What would you do differently? Would you do anything differently?
I would have been more conscious about salary. Because when I first started out, I was a student, my first job in this field was $25,000, and I thought that was like, oh yeah, that's. But so in reality, if I could rewind the clock, I would go back and say, well, that's really not, you know, what I'm worth. So, but other than that, I mean, it's been a great career field for me. I love, you know, working in Zara. Again, I love working with student athletes, but that would be one thing that I would do differently, would negotiate. So I tell young professionals now, like, that's your perfect opportunity when a company is pursuing you, is to negotiate. They want you, they're not going to just drop you if you negotiate. You know, so that's the one thing that I would probably change.
That's it. That's all the
All right.
questions I have.
Cool.
Well, thank you so
Yeah, no
much for
problem,
meeting.
no
I know
problem.
some of those questions were.
So when is your project due?
It is due Friday.
Are you in class? Same class?
More, yeah.
What are you doing yours on?
I did more of a youth,
Oh, okay.
more of a youth sports management one, and I have a cousin that is like a director at the YMCA.
Oh, okay.
So it's
That's
kind of